Did you know that no Americans have legally died of old age since the 1950s? And that in the entire history of humanity, nobody has biologically died from old age either. It's true. And there are a few other things we've stumbled across which you may think are able to kill you, but which actually cannot. So, with a few disclaimers to take care of the pedants, let's look at 5 things that can't kill you. Starting at number 5, old age. When someone is deemed to have died from old age, that's not strictly true. On the death certificate, you'll most likely see heart disease, organ failure, or sepsis listed instead. Old age hasn't been recognized as a scientific cause of death in the United States since the 1950s, when state and federal agencies removed the term from a standard list of 130 possible ways. To die of old age is to die of an age-related condition, and the underlying cause of many of these is linked to how your cells age. The rate at which this occurs is determined by the length of your telomeres, which can be found at each end of a chromosome, like those plastic bits on the end of a shoelace. And just like that plastic, the telomere protects the end of the chromosome from damage, as well as stopping your chromosomes from merging together. Whenever your cells divide, your telomeres shorten, and as you age, this prevents cells from reproducing. Subsequently, your body's tissues begin to degenerate, and eventually you'll die because your body can't repair itself. There is some scientific evidence that telomeres can be lengthened, and we can potentially live forever. But long telomeres have been linked to an increased risk of cancer. So it's not all sunshine and rainbows. At 4, Wi-Fi. Can you imagine what would happen if you woke tomorrow to the news that Wi-Fi signals cause cancer? Would we be as blasé as smokers were when they found out? Probably. But to the relief of people everywhere, I can confirm that this is baloney. The radiation emitted by wireless routers and cell phones is part of the electromagnetic spectrum, along with light, infrared, UV, X-ray, and gamma rays. However, only the latter 3 carry enough energy to damage your DNA, with wireless device radiation far too weak to achieve this. There is no way for Wi-Fi and cell phone signals to kill you, unless they're intercepted by your mom so she can read your browser history, but at that point you'd probably just want to off yourself anyway. Number 3. Vacuum space explosion. If you were hanging out in space, chilling with your space pals in your expensive spacesuits sipping on space margaritas, what would happen if you tried to do the space splits and you tore a hole in your space pants? Would you explode because of the vacuum of space? Nope. That's not how it works. Exposure to space will do many harmful things to your body. You'll get sunburned, exposed to UV radiation, and run out of oxygen in 15 seconds before passing out. But unlike in the movies, human beings would not explode in a mushy mess just from being exposed to space. Instead, bubbles would start to form in your bodily fluids. So yes, you would have sparkling pee-pee, as well as blood, mucus, and anything else gushing around inside you. This happens because of a reduction in ambient pressure, which causes the boiling point of your bodily fluids to decrease. As your internal liquids bubble away, your body would swell to twice its size, but it would not explode because your skin is super stretchy, which anyone with super dangly ear tunnel holes could have told you. In this situation, you couldn't hold your breath because it would burst your lungs. And when you pass out, you'd have 2 minutes before this internal gas expansion killed you. But despite the fact that your corpse would be a bloated, fizzy mess, at no point would you explode into a soggy shower of fun guts. 2. Raw chicken. This entry comes with a huge disclaimer at the end, so can you please stop licking that raw chicken breast until we've finished? In January 2017, Morgan Jane Gibbs went viral when she posted a photo of her medium-rare chicken strips online. As you might expect, she was roundly mocked for her ignorance, but it turns out she was trolling in an attempt to open a discussion on how safe it is to eat raw chicken. I mean, as campaigns go, that sounds about as important as Leprechaun Microaggression Awareness Week, but did she have a point? Apparently so. In Japan, raw chicken sashimi is served as a delicacy, and this is safe because the chicken is incredibly fresh. The chicken they use is taken from the inner breast of the animal, which is a safe distance away from the areas inhabited by harmful bacteria. And as an additional safety measure, the chicken is also submerged in boiling water for 30 seconds, just to take care of the nasties on the outside. But you should not, under any circumstances, try making this yourself, because not only does it look absolutely disgusting, more importantly, it will also probably kill you. Raw chicken bought at a store or even freshly slaughtered poultry which is not prepared correctly can give you brain damage. Which, doesn't sound worth it to me. So, to sum up, raw chicken cannot kill you if it is ultra-fresh, prepared correctly, and cooked for a teeny tiny bit by a professional who knows what they're doing. Is that cheating? Yes, so shut up and let's move on. And in at number 1. Burnt food. In early 2017, the British government released a campaign aimed to raise awareness of the dangers of burnt food. So if you just charred a nice chicken breast into cinders after our last entry, I'd throw it in the trash. According to the study performed by the International Agency for Research on Cancer, burnt food contains a chemical called acrylamide, a substance classified as probably carcinogenic. However, so far we've yet to find conclusive evidence of its carcinogenic nature. So the IARC categorizes acrylamide in the group 2A, beneath plutonium and insecticides, but on the same level as drinking hot beverages, malaria, and working as a hairdresser. These things have all been linked to cancer, but without conclusive proof. And furthermore, acrylamide's 2A status is based on a test on rodents where the dose was 10,000 times the level you'd find in burnt food. So unless you're scorching your dinner on a daily basis, burnt food cannot kill you. Unless you burn it too much, set fire to your house. Now, of course, technically speaking, none of these entries are true, since enough of anything will kill you in a high enough dose. Fill your body with nothing but acrylamide and you'll die. But the same goes for water, cheese, or even oxygen, which are all deadly at high enough levels. You can find out more about this in our bonus video, Surprising Things That Can Kill You, which you can watch on our Patreon page at patreon.com/Strange Mysteries. This can be accessed by becoming a Patreon and signing up for bonus video access at $2 per month, which also allows you to help us decide what videos to make, find out which topics are in the pipeline, and ask the Strange Mysteries team any questions you might have about our work, our lives, or our checkered sexual past. Patreon has become necessary since, amidst the chaos of advertisers ditching YouTube due to a few nasty videos, creators like us are having our arms twisted to make ad-friendly content. But we'd rather make videos about the things that interest you, and our ability to do this relies on you. For $2 a month, we can provide awesome bonus content for each video. And eventually, with your support, we can go fully ad-free and dedicate our full videos to just the juiciest ideas packed full of the most mind-blowing content we can find. Our Patreon page can be found at this link here, in the upper right with the exclamation mark circle, description box. Or you can visit patreon.com/Strange Mysteries and sign up there. If you don't want to donate, then it's cool, we still love you, and we'll continue to provide the best content we can under YouTube's restrictions, as you'll see if you watch our recent video on today's biggest mysteries in science.